Afropop, otherwise known as African contemporary music, is an umbrella term that encompasses many different genres of music, which are differentiated by many cultures and languages from the countries they originate from. In this episode, we will focus primarily on the music group Tinariwen, who perform a genre known as Tuareg blues.
Primarily associated with the Sahara, Tuareg blues originates from the nomadic Tuareg people who have roots in Mali. Tinariwen, who formed in 1979, is often credited for globalizing their style of Tuareg blues through combining Tuareg musical traditions with Western blues and rock music.
According to Tinariwen's official website, which details the history of the music group, the band began to gain popularity among Tuareg resistance fighters in Mali, who felt that they were being marginalized by the Malayan government. Tinariwen, who are currently set up in a makeshift studio, recorded songs of personal struggle, exile, and their overall experiences resulting from the mistreatment they faced. Their music would spread throughout the Tuareg community in Mali, to the point where the government, hearing the rebel message in the music, outlawed possession of the cassette tapes. As the band continued to grow, their music developed into something more conscious, which resulted in Tinariwen leaving the rebel army to focus on their music. Following this, in 1991, their first studio album would be produced, kickstarting their music career. Beyond the music, the story connects to broader themes that I think Afropop listeners would find compelling. The band and genre itself focus towards belonging, cultural survival, and how art transforms struggle into beauty. Tinariwen's story not only represents Mali's history, but also emphasizes the universal human need for voice and visibility through art.
Here we have Tinariwen's track, Sastanakam. Notice how the electric guitar lines are layered over a pulsing hypnotic groove that characteristics of Tuareg blues, reflecting the constant motion and vastness of the desert. Listen to the call and response vocals in the tamashak, the language of the Tuareg. This vocal style connects back to the oral traditions of the people. The setting appears barren, open, echoing themes of exile, longing, and freedom. The music evinces duality. It's both introspective and celebratory. One of the keys here is rhythm. Though the tempo isn't overly fast, the repetitive groove gives a trance-like quality analogous to carven motion across sand. This repetition helps create a sense of communal unity.
This balance between tradition and modernity is characteristic of many genres of Afropop. Sastanakam, meaning I question you in English, is a prime example of how traditional music practices of the Tuareg people mesh with the recognizable Western genres of blues and jazz. According to Tyru, in Retracing African Moral Values and Balancing Afropop Music, published in December 2024, states, many African poems teach morals, edify social norms and values, promote and preserve our cultural heritage. This sentiment refers to how values and styles from traditional poems across many African cultures are implemented with the lyrics of some Afropop songs. Tuareg poetry, in particular, has an emphasis on life in the desert and the struggle that comes with it. Despite this, the work still makes a point to celebrate the miracles associated with being able to experience the next day. In the early days of Tuareg blues, this manifested through lyrics discussing political insurgency in support of the 1990s rebellion in Mali.
As Tinariwen's sound continued to evolve, so did their international presence. Beginning in the early 2000s, the group started performing at major music festivals such as Festival Al Desert in Mali, which became a crucial gateway for global recognition. Western musicians, including member of Wilco, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Robert Plant, took an interest in their music, praising the band's distinctive guitar, timbres, modal melodies, and narrative lyric traditions. This cross-culture admiration helped amplify their visibility in Europe and North America.
A key moment in Tinariwen's international rise came with their 2012 Grammy Award for Tassili, which won Best World Music Album. The album, recorded outdoors in the Algerian desert, showcased the group's ability to maintain traditional Tuareg aesthetics while collaborating with global artists. Winning the Grammy signaled not only the critical acclaim, but also a shift in how global audiences perceive African regional genres. No longer as a niche global acclaim, but as also reflects broader socioeconomic and political and contexts. Their music became a form of cultural diplomacy. It introduced global audiences to Tuareg identity, desert nomadism, and the political history of northern Mali. Many listeners first learned about the Tuareg plight, displacement, and conflict through Tinariwen's songs, meaning the band served both artistic and educational roles. This is especially significant considering that, historically, Tuareg communities have often been marginalized within their own national borders.
Furthermore, Tinariwen's success contributed to a growing international market for Saharan and Sahelian music. Groups such as Bombino, Tamakris, and Amaharan, many of whom cite Tinariwen as foundational influences, gained their own global audiences. This expands presence demonstrates how Tinariwen helped reshape Afropop by broadening what global listeners recognize as African contemporary music. Their work proves that Afropop is not limited to commercially dominant genres like Afrobeats. Instead, it encompasses a wide spectrum of musical identities rooted in regional histories.
Their work proves that Afropop is not limited to commercially dominant genres like Afrobeats. Instead, it encompasses a wide spectrum of musical identities rooted in regional histories.
Today, Tinariwen performs on world tours, collaborates with international artists, and continues producing new music despite ongoing conflict in their home region. Their global acclaim underscores a central theme of our episode. Afropop is not just a musical label, it is a cultural bridge. Tinariwen demonstrates how local tradition, when expressed authentically through sound, can resonate universally. Their music transforms personal and collective struggle into artistic expression. that speaks to listeners around the world.
Tinariwen's music shows us how sound can preserve identity, history, and community. Through their blend of Tuareg traditions with blues influenced by guitar lines, they created a style that communicates both personal stories and collective memory. Their music is more than just entertainment. It is a record of exile, resistance, cultural survival, and the meaning of belonging in the changing world. By tracing their origins, examining the musical traits of Sastanakwam, and exploring their global acclaim, we see how Tuareg blues fits into the broader landscape of Afropop as a genre shaped by cultural exchange. Tinariwen proves that contemporary African music is not defined by a single sound, but by the many voices and histories that shape it. Ultimately, their work reminds us that music has the power to connect the local with the global, to turn struggle into artistry, and to carry tradition forward even in moments of displacement. Tinariwen's journey from desert camps to international stages illustrates how deeply music can resonate when it stays true to its roots while embracing modern expression. Thank you for listening to our episode on Tuareg Blues and Tinariwen. We hope this exploration shed light on both the musical richness of the genre and the cultural stories that shape it.